So I guess no one wanted these. Hey yo, what's good with you YouTube? It's your boy Rudy. We're back again with another video, man. And today we are talking about the UNC Jordan 1 Reimagines. These dropped everywhere today, May the 10th, retail price of $250. And you know what, man? Can't complain. Really easy cop. If you just went into store, you probably managed to get one if you really wanted it. There's no hype around this shoe. The resale price seems to be dead in the water. But in saying that, last night, Laced and Subtype Store both dropped their pairs online at midnight. And when I checked it like 15 minutes after midnight, they were sold out. So that kind of got me a little bit nervous. I was like, okay, well, I thought no one wanted these. So they sold out online. I was like, all right, like maybe I might need to get to the local Foot Locker early because I know Foot Locker is dropping it. For some reason, Nike had their stock delayed, so they're not getting them until a later date. So at this point in time, like Foot Locker is the only way I can get them. And it's a bit risky to enter a bunch of raffles because, well, if you hit in multiple pairs, then you're kind of stuck with it because the resale value is not very high. Hence why, you know, it's actually quite easy to get a pair if you wanted one, right? So, you know, had to show up to the local Foot Locker and I was like, you know, surely there's going to be a couple people there like lining up. I'm not too sure how much stock Foot Locker is even going to get. And when I got there this morning, there was nobody. Like, it was actually quite dead. I showed up like at 6:45. It was quite, you know, disappointing, especially for a UNC Jordan 1 Reimagine. But I guess when the resale value is what it is, no one's going to show up, man. So I probably could have slept in a little bit. There were a couple people that should show up. It was like 5 of us. And, you know, we walked right in, we grabbed a pair and it was great, man. Really good time. Like, the employees saw us waiting outside and they just asked us like, what sizes do you want? They lined them all up at the desk and we managed to pick up a pair, man. So I went down there with a friend of mine and he even got himself his first pair of Jordans. So he's a size 14 and they only had one of those in stock. So he managed to pick those up, his first pair of Jordans, man. Shout out to my boy Wesley. A really cool experience with you today, man. And you'll see him in like some of the footage, the B-roll. The Foot Locker employees are really nice as well. They let him try it on. They laced it up for him as well. So, you know, overall, really cool experience going in store and picking it up, man. And that's what people miss about sneaker drops nowadays. You're able to go in store and pick them up. And so, again, shout out to Foot Locker and their employees for giving us a good experience. But let's get into the shoe, bro. So I actually have not, I've opened mine, I looked at it, I haven't actually taken it out. So before we do that, let's have a look at the box. So, you know, exact reverse of the Lost and Found box. So Lost and Found box had the orange lid and the black box. This has the orange box and the black lid. So, you know, if you wanted to mix and match them up, a lot of people are doing that. And honestly, bro, it looks really sick when you do that. But anyway, just a standard orange box with a black lid. We got the size tag right here. So a bit different to how the Lost and Founds came because they had the sold out stickers here. So this one does not have that, unfortunate. Not too sure why they didn't include the same style of packaging as the Lost and Found. Like, I think this is where this pair gets let down a little bit because they're not consistent with their messaging. So that's a bit unfortunate. And then we're gonna pop the lid. And there you go, man. So let's have a look. Unfortunately, it's upside down. So let's have a look. So we got the pair right here, bro. So first impressions, let's get this out the box. From the Nike pictures on their website, they made this look like, well, like a really tanned color, but it's actually white. It's pretty white. The only thing that's really yellow is that midsole. So, you know, first impressions, it pretty much is just like a blue Lost and Found. They've done really well with the aging on the collar. Essentially pretty much the exact same thing, man. So really cool. I will say that the midsole, it is quite yellow. Like, if you can look at that, you see the aging on the midsole is very apparent. And I think that's what put a lot of people off this pair, bro. But, you know, at the end of the day, I still think it's fire. I think it's a great shoe. Maybe they could have aged that midsole a little bit less because it kind of just contrasts too much with the blue. And then it might look a bit off to some people. I think it's still sick, man. Definitely the hate that is being put towards the shoe is a little bit unjustified. I don't think it's necessary. I think, you know, it's a standard classic Jordan 1 in the, you know, the reimagined detailing. And if anything, man, Nike sort of let themselves down because they weren't consistent with their packaging. It would have been cool to have the same paper, same style receipt in the box, have a consistent message. They could have done the same thing with the Black Toe Reimagines. They should have done the same thing with the Royal Reimagine. They could have had a solid series. So a little bit inconsistent in their messaging. So whoever's making those decisions is a bit disappointing. Like, I don't really understand why you would change the direction, because the Lost and Found was a home run. It was a knockout the park. People loved it. So with this, I feel like this shoe's been let down considering it's such a hype colorway. It doesn't look like this pair is actually sitting, because I checked Nike online this morning. They were pretty much sold out from 9 o'clock. Like, most of the big sizes are gone. Lace subtype sold out. I'm sure that supply is going to be sold out. And then Foot Locker only had like 30 pairs, you know? So, you know, I showed up at 6:45 and no one showed up until like maybe 20 to 9. That was the first person I saw was actually keen on these, showed up at like 20 to 9. So I was very early, no need to be. The Shattered Backboard release is probably not going to be the same. I think there's going to be a lot of hype around that pair, but for now, it kind of seems like Jordan 1s just really aren't there right now, because for this pair to be doing as bad as it is, it's a bit shocking. And again, it might come down to the fact that they were just inconsistent in their packaging, their message. And I think it's this cream midsole, right? It's a bit too yellow. It's not like the Lost and Found. For comparison, like, we've got them right here and you can see like the differences in between. Like, this midsole is very yellow compared to this. Like, so it just stands in contrast too much to the mid paneling here. Whereas if you can see on this one, the paneling is pretty much almost the same. So, you know, the aging is done quite well on this pair. Like, the Lost and Found, like, such a clean shoe. They did the messaging, the packaging, everything was consistent. With this, a little bit too inconsistent. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't execute the delivery. So the actual, what can you say? The actual, what we call it, the hype or the value of the shoe is, so the shoe is kind of undervalued now, in my opinion, because they just weren't consistent with their messaging and their design choices. Regardless of all that, man, I still think it's a solid shoe. I'm definitely going to be rocking them. My friend was so happy when he got to try them on. He was walking around with them and he had a great experience picking it up, you know? So I guess if that's what this means, at least there are real people who are getting to try out Jordans for the first time and are enjoying them. So, you know, shout out to that, man. Like, that can only be a W, right? For real sneakerheads, that can only be a W. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys. How are you feeling about this pair? Am I correct in what I'm saying, or am I wrong? Am I completely missing the mark? You look, regardless of all that, I'm very happy that I could get this shoe. And I'm sure a lot of you be very happy that you could get this shoe. One thing I think that's really cool is this, like, this cloud aged outsole. I think that's really sick. Obviously you're not going to see that, but I think that's a really cool design that they've done here. It's very similar to the Lost and Found. In fact, I feel like this is a bit more aged. It's very, very cloudy compared to like my Lost and Found. Or maybe this, oh, they're probably pretty much the same, hey. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section down below. Did you manage to pick the shoe up? Was it easy for you? And you know what, for the most part, I'm sure it was, right? So before we sign out, let's have a quick look at the boxes. Let's switch it up. I guess this is what everybody wanted to see, right? Like, something about this is just so satisfying. Having both the pairs and then just syncing up the boxes. Like, are you guys going to just leave it like this, or are you gonna just keep it how they were to just keep it consistent? But bro, this is quite satisfying. Like, just putting the two like that, that's dope. That's so cool. Like, it's really satisfying, that like OCD nature of me. But yeah, man, let me know what you think. Like, are you rocking with the new UNC pair? Do you think the Lost and Found is better? Did they completely miss the mark on the shoe, man? Let me know in the comment section down below. I know it's been a long time since my last video, guys, but I'm gonna try to be a bit more consistent again. I'll have to make a video explaining why. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section below, which pair is your favorite? Are you rocking with the new UNC colorway, or did they completely mess it up? Is the Lost and Found better, man? I'd love to hear what you guys think, all right? So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope everybody managed to cop this pair if they wanted it. And you know what, man? All you guys take care of yourselves. Have a blessed week. Peace.